Join meeting?
No, it went back off, huh?
Yeah. You just have to turn your volume down on your phone or on your
Yes.
computer.
It's recording already. I just don't have video.
Oops. Put in the wrong passcode. 1, 2, so that.
Recording in progress.
Is that better? Just muted myself.
Yeah.
All right. So 403.
Nope, nope, nope.
403, and we'll call this meeting to order. All right, welcome everyone. Okay, let's go ahead and do roll call right quick. Sis,
Here.
Perla,
Here.
Amy,
Here.
Mary, Slinker, no. Braden.
Here.
Oh, he snuck in. Hello, Braden. All right, Mike Gary is hopefully gonna join us Zoom here shortly. All right, and myself, Sherry, the chair. We have guests. Karen Vasquez, Vicky Frasso, Andrew Robinson. I was gonna say Lewis because I have a nephew named Andrew. All right, and then Miss Mary. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so the first thing we're supposed to do today is do selections of new chairs because it's a new year. I put him as not here, him and Miss Mary. Oh, I'm sorry. New rules, new things. I'm still learning. All right, so I have Mike Aguirre as unexcused or excused. He did call, he has car troubles. So I need from the board members, are we going to excuse this or unexcuse it?
I moved to excuse him. I'll second it.
Okay, so Mike's excused. Okay. Miss Mary Slinker, again, I was unable to get a hold of her. And so I need to know from the board, are we going to excuse her absent or unexcuse it? And just FYI, she has not been here since last June.
I'll excuse her. I'll make a motion to excuse her.
Oh, excuse her.
Oh.
No, unexcused.
Oh, sorry, unexcused.
Okay,
I thought she was having, I thought we had, talked about her having some type of health issue.
both until the 1st of January,
And she was excused?
up until the 1st of January.
Oh, okay.
Then she said she was gonna come back in just like Amy was coming back in.
Okay.
Okay. So
I second that unexcused.
Unexcused.
second to unexcused, all right.
Any objections?
All right, so moving on because everyone's got everything to do today. Sorry. We need to do selection of chair and vice chair. And we were supposed to do this at the first of the year, which we weren't aware of until we came back in February. So we need a motion on who's or nomination of who you would like as your chairperson.
Well, I think we should nominate Sherry.
I second that.
Tell you like I told my grandkids, I can't hear your rocks moving.
For discussion, are we limited to the amount of time that Sherry can serve?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, all those, we have to ask each board member. Amy, are you good with them selecting me,
Nominating.
nominating me, sorry?
I wanted to try, but you already got motion, so that's fine.
Okay. So is that a yes or no?
Well, I don't know if we have to do it for a vote.
I think it's up for vote.
Yes.
So nominated Sherry,
We-
and then
we-
you wanna nominate
Myself.
yourself, okay?
Okay. Do with that? Okay.
Anybody, any other
Any other nominations?
board chair?
Okay, for chair?
Yeah.
All right, so it's Amy or I. So how do we do this now? Do we just ask each board member?
Ask each board member.
Okay. Amy, who would you like to vote for?
Myself.
Okay,
One for me.
Braden?
I would vote for Sherry.
Thank you. Perla,
I will vote for Sherry.
Sis?
I'm gonna vote for Amy. Anybody who's in there willing to step up. Yes.
I too would vote for Amy. Amy, you are the new chair. All right,
Okay,
all right. And you will take effect next meeting, correct? Or this
Mhm.
meeting, next meeting, right? All right. So now we need a nominations for vice chair.
Let me try this again. I'd nominate Sherry.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay. You guys could vote for somebody else if you wanted to. All right. So Sherry is the vice chair, is that?
I move the nominations be closed.
Fast.
Or-
so 1, 2, 3, 4.
Or 5, you can put me in there, I guess.
Mike never got on,
No,
so that way. Yeah, it is.
I don't see him. No, I don't see him.
No.
all right, so. Our new chair is Amy. New vice chair is Sherry. And both people will take over at our next meeting. Okay, which is the first Thursday of the month. And just, somebody have a calendar for what date that is?
So it'll be April, right?
Yes,
Fourth? April 4th?
April 4th. Okay. Here at the community center at 4 p.m.
It's during spring break, so Mary, do you have stuff going on here?
I don't. So if you,
4 to 5? April 4th.
if you guys are all good with it, or
I'm gonna be absent.
we can move it to the 11th. Cause there's a slight chance I might be in Reno.
Yeah, I think I'm going to Reno too. It's
Okay.
state, it's wrestling.
So we need a motion to move it to the 11th.
I motion to move it to April 11th.
I second that motion. All those in favor, say aye. All those opposed, same sign.
Somebody remind me.
I
Okay,
know.
April 11th at 4 p.m. here at the community center. Okay. Did everyone get a chance to read the minutes from our last meeting in February?
Yeah.
Okay. Is all good on there? Is there anything that need to be added, changed, or anything like that? Okay, do I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept. the
Okay.
minutes.
I'll second that. All those in favor of approving the minutes for February 4th, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, minutes approved. Alright. So, our next one is review chair duties and term lengths. It was mentioned at our last meeting that people wanted to know what it is our duties are and how long are our terms. Our terms here, Mary got with the city and got with Jackie, right? And myself, Perla, Mike, and Amy, we are good until June 30th of 2027. Okay, Sis, you're good until June 30th, 2026. And they could not find any information on Miss Mary. But like I told this Mary, I have known, Mary Schlenker being on the Parks and Rec board since 2003 when I left Parks and Rec. So she's been on board for a long time. So. And then, of course, Braden, our student, is a 2-year term and it ends this year on June 30th of 2024. Okay.
And
Then at that time, we all have to reapply, is that right?
when the term ends.
When the term ends, we all have to reapply for our position here on the board.
And then just so the chair and vice chair are aware, it's a full year term, and then January renominate and at the first meeting of the year.
Okay. Okay, any questions on that part? Okay, so inside each packet, Mary has put on here, what are the 11 duties of the chair? Has anyone got to read over that and see what it says? And are you okay with it? Or is there questions on it? So down in the, about halfway down, almost to the end, it says it's important to note that in large groups, okay? But we're not a large group, so you wanna read down a couple more lines. It says in small boards, such as up to 12 people, unless state law regulations or the group's bylaws say otherwise, the chair may debate, make motions, and vote. Even so, the chair must exercise restraint in order to achieve this. So even since we are a small group, the chair and the vice chair both can vote and make motions and talk about things. We're not just to sit here and listen to you guys. All right, so is there any questions on that? Okay, you guys are all good with what the duty of the chair is? All right,
Valuable information, thank you.
yes. All right, so speaking about duties of the chair and what we can vote on and what we can amend or not amend. We have visitors on pretty much a regular basis. And I would like to make a motion to amend and suspend the motion that they cannot speak. I mean, we have them here, obviously they come because they have something to say or learn. And we are Parks and Rec. And I'd like to hear what other people have to say. If they, like last month, we had 2 visitors coming, they were looking for help for soccer fields and stuff, or getting kids together for soccer. And with the amendment, the way they had it, they weren't allowed to speak. And it's like, aren't we here to help them? You know, or them to help us, so we can make this a better community and and get more kids involved in Parks and Rec and the whole community involved. So I make a motion that we amend and suspend that. And so when we have visitors, they can speak.
Don't we have to do that at every meeting though?
We can do it at every meeting, or we can vote to have it suspended to,
To add it to the agenda every,
yes.
so you're,
Like a open, like how they do at council with the.
yes, that's what she's trying
Yeah.
to.
the committee?
Yes. And we would put it like a 3-minute length on there
Yeah.
because we want to keep our meeting within the hour. And we don't want someone to come in and, like I do sometimes, and just rattle on. Okay? Let us know what we can do to help you and, or what you think it is we might be doing right or wrong. And I think that would be a good deal.
Motion to amend the agenda to add visitor comments.
Okay, so I'd like to do a motion to amend the
Agenda.
agenda to, so visitors can add comments to improve our services.
Include
Should
visitors.
it be in the beginning or the end?
I would say at the end of the meeting.
I think so too, because then if we're speaking about something or if Mary has
Then I'll-
plans with something and they want to add, then they can.
Yes.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? All those opposed? So it is approved to amend that the visitors may speak and tell us what they would like to. Just be nice to us. All right. So we keep moving on, and we got items from committee members. And Sis would like to update us on the museum. So Sis, please.
Okay, so we have been busy. Our first order of business is to try to take care of the treasures that are there. And so we started with pictures, and we have zillions of them. And so we had to make piles, like we have a picture with no name on it, or we have a picture with a name on it, and we have a picture of a duck. And so we have to decide where these things are gonna go. And we haven't gotten rid of anything, we just have them in piles. But we did do this, we took all the pictures that were in frames, and you can imagine, if you have this at your house, a zillion framed pictures all over the place. So we took them all out, and we are using protective museum standard envelope that are clear, and putting all the pictures in those. And so they're protected and they're there. We still have a little ways to go before we move on to the next object. My board is working great. I'm very, very thankful for them. The biggest thing we have is that the Sunnyside Historical Museum and Historical Association has a fund which was set aside for a building fund. And as we're trying to work, we don't have enough room to do anything. So we have approached the city about building a building. And so we're waiting for the planning commission to make a resolution so that we can take the area that we want for the building temporarily. And so we can do the construction for it, so we're not paying prevailing wage for things, and we can use volunteer help and things like that. And then we would give that land, of course, back to the city when we finish our building. The building is strictly going to be for storage. I don't want a bunch of windows because I don't want anything to happen to my stuff that's in there, so it's gonna have one big door and one little door. I was gonna get greedy and make it really tall, but I might not do that just to keep the costs down. And so I think we're moving along with that. I met with the planning commission, and I have been in contact with Raul. He has actually done a little homework for me with the codes, so that we know I don't have to have a sprinkler system. I don't, we do have to have some parking and some asphalt. But, I really believe that the association has enough money to make this project go, because I have already been in contact with the. People that I would buy the building material from, and I'm very familiar with it, because I did a building myself last year. At my house, so, I'm gonna be my own contractor. And, anyway, we're real excited, because right now we can't move, there's not enough room to sort through things, because there's not enough room to do that. So, and the exciting part about that is if we get it all out of there, then the city can come back in and very comfortably work on their building to improve it. So, you'll notice that the sign says renovation, it doesn't say, repair, it just says renovation at this point. And I just encourage you to, tell everybody you talk to, just keep an eye on what we're doing. Because I have a new motto for the museum. Come interested, leave impressed. And so, that's what I hope to accomplish in the next 2 years with it. So, well, any questions?
Nice.
So are you open?
Oh, no,
Not at all?
no, sure, we can hardly walk through the place.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you won't be hosting like last year, the Asparagus Festival and stuff like
No.
that in May?
No.
Okay. I'm interested in even impressed. It's always impressive
yeah,
to find out how much stuff is actually in there.
yeah.
So did you ever find owners to those pictures that you posted on?
We got close, yes, yeah, everything seems to be from Sunnyside, so as long as it's from Sunnyside, one of the charges of our association is to preserve the documents. So it's just, it has to go into a different category of like the unknown,
Yeah,
the mystery pictures.
all right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, so are there any other comments, statements, something you guys want to talk about today? Miss Amy? No? Braden? I know your school year's coming to the end and it's like,
Yes.
no.
So Honor Society is still looking at a possibility of, like, as I said before, like a park, right, to manage. I think the museum plans are obviously coming along really well. And I think Honor Society wants like their own separate thing outside of, what other like city projects. And so it would just be like, they want to keep the park clean, at the minimum. And just get a small like plaque or something along those lines that says that it's being maintained by Honor Society, so like a yearly or
Yeah.
bi-yearly.
Adopt the
So,
Yeah.
so where
adopt
could
park.
they go to get that? How could we help them to designate a park or maybe two parks, depending on the size of them, for them to maintain?
I have paperwork, I just have to sit down with Honor Society and go over that.
Okay,
I'll include Andrew.
would we be able to invite them to, one of the upcoming meetings?
Yeah, or we can have just a sit down to go over what it is on the paperwork.
Which would you prefer, sit down? Or come to the meeting and then?
Probably a sit down first, and then we could probably introduce it to the board.
Need their contact information or?
Mhm.
Okay.
Who is Honor Society's advisor?
It's Deborah Hadley. And Jessica Dawson.
You can get me emails or phone numbers.
Awesome. That sounds like a good plan. I mean, we all need that. I remember years ago when I went to work for Walmart at the distribution center, that was a thing that the coaches had, was they took a section of highway and cleaned that section of highway, and they had a plaque up on the on the freeway on the side saying that this area was being maintained by Walmart Distribution 7021. So, yeah, I think that would be a great idea, because, God forbid, we got garbage out there sometimes. The plastic white kites, that fly around without no strings attached to them, and maybe they have some store logos on them or something, but, to get that stuff picked up and make our community look beautiful, I think that's a great idea. All right. Anyone else have anything else they'd like to talk about? Andrew, you're here today. What would you like to tell us? Anything? Yeah, okay. Vicky, would you need to say anything or talk to us about anything?
Yeah, actually, I made the mistake of telling our guests that the meeting started at 4:30. And I totally apologize. There's a lot of things going on and I lose it sometimes. Totally living in a perfect world.
Yes.
So Hector, because of that, was not gonna come. He did message me. He did have a question. He wanted to come ask a question, but because I told him it's at 4:30, he no longer can come. Is it
Right.
okay if I read his question?
I would say yes.
Yeah, okay. He's basically asking if if Parks and Recs would consider providing activities to more at-risk youth, meaning ages 11 to 15, along with the younger ages. He thinks that this would just broaden like the accessibility and the engagement for our youth. And also underlining or underscoring the fact that 11 to 15 are kind of, the ages where some of our youth fall off or need a lot more support within the community. So that was his question, if it would be up for consideration or discussion.
So I did reach out to Puente and I did ask him what his thoughts were if I were to bring Coach Pitch, and he thought it was a pretty good idea. So that's gonna open that up.
For what sport?
Softball,
Oh,
baseball,
softball.
softball,
Oh,
it's Coach Pitch, so, yeah. Because as of right now, it's T-ball and it's only 4 to 6, so I'm trying to get that gap there to bring. Is he talking more though, like 13 up,
Yeah, 11 to
11
15.
to 15.
11, 15?
11 to 15.
And that's all gonna come in time.
Like what Foster has, the share house, Boys and Girls Club, something like that.
What they do in Prosser?
Foster has 2 different ones, but that's what I'm asking. Is it similar? Is that what you're shooting for?
It was Hector, not
Oh,
Evaristo,
oh,
but,
sorry.
yeah, he just messaged me his question because
That would
because of
be-
time conflicts, but, I mean, it could be an idea, right, looking at how other parks and Recs do it, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Share House opens up, they have like a little coffee shop where the kids themselves do the coffee or they teach them how. It's changed a couple of times. So the last time I went, they had a little snack bar. They have volunteer tutors. I know one of them is maybe paid. But they have tutoring, they've got games, what else? It's just a hangout place for the kids after school and then in the evenings, they do let the Bethel Church use it for Bible study for the youth. So it's used for various things for the older group of kids.
Because you have to remember, Parks and Rec used to be really, very, very popular. Okay, and they had programs from 4-year-olds up to 15-year-olds. Okay, and then budget came in, budget cuts and all that good stuff, and jobs went away, and so did departments and stuff like that. And Parks and Rec was one of those departments that went away. So it's just now coming back.
Yeah.
And so with Mary starting out with the T-ball and hopefully adding the Coach Pitch, she's moving up the ages. But when council goes and freezes hiring, but wants more activities for the kids, 2 people can't do it by themselves. They have to have volunteers or they have to have paid staff to get it done. And volunteers are hard to come by. Some of us are big volunteers and we volunteer for everything. I have a bad habit of raising my hand and say, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. And then I find out, oh, how much do I have one day, you know, but, you know. We just have to take it slow and let it happen and, you know. And I agree, 11:15, they need that interaction. And, you know, she's got the basketball open, that's about all she can do right now because they're here, they're open and, you know. I don't know what else to, how else to say it.
So I have a question for that. If volunteers were to step in, and say, okay, from 4 to 5, we want to tutor kids, we're gonna have like a math tutor, maybe science, I don't know what. Something like that, maybe a senior can help tutor.
As long
Would-
as we're here, that's fine.
Okay.
But if it's closed, you need background checks and you have to be careful with if they're underage, because that's why open gym is only open 18 and above. And since our doors close at 4, I mean, we're here till 5, but.
At the building.
And you mentioned you spoke to Miguel Puente, was it for him to coach like other age groups?
No, it's
or-
because Cal Ripken does coach pitch,
Oh, okay.
and
okay,
we have a
like,
contract with them.
Yeah. Oh,
So I didn't want to overstep on his.
Oh,
on-
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
All right,
So maybe it's just a part of a larger conversation, you know?
Oh,
to
yeah.
See how we can improve processes.
yeah, because volunteers or staffing is a must. It's something you have to have.
So if we were to get, let's say we were to get a group of volunteers that were pretty much dedicated, they would do the whole process. Would this place be open to that? After 5?
After 5, as long as we talk with WCIA and get everything in place, I'm pretty sure it can.
So if we had like a core group of individuals sitting on this every day or every other day.
Mhm. I would just have to get approval with our city insurance too, though, because depending on, it's like, it's minors. So I just have to get. talk
So
with
who would
them.
have to kind of vet, submit a proposal? Do we-
Yes, you
Yes.
submit a proposal and then I would turn it in and then send it over to WCIA and then they would review it as well. And if I'm missing something, then they help me to get what I need or the wording.
And how long would that process take? Would it take like a couple weeks, a month?
I would say probably about maybe 30 days, if not less,
The contact person would be,
for hear me. Mhm, it would be.
That would be a cool idea, and then get the community to
Yeah.
come together to like donate the snacks. There's already plenty of activities here for them to do, just get some snacks, some drinks, and then the volunteers.
I think it'd be a matter of just getting the word out
Yeah,
and kind of, push it forward and see what comes of that. And then we can kind of work it down from the pieces, move into it more often. Because right now, we got volunteers going to this church center over here, or the building, we've been bringing them over, kids from UFC, bringing them over to that building, and talking to them all and stuff. We're doing that every week, and slowly we're building up on it.
yeah,
But those individuals are certified to be able to get.
Yeah.
So.
and depending if we, if we were to partners with Humberto and his crew, and see how they can help, I'm more than sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think we could definitely make it happen. That's why I'm sure.
From UFC.
Yeah. So
From UFC, I'm sorry, yeah, from, okay,
they're from UFC, but they've been utilizing them.
The church.
gotcha, understood.
Yeah.
But it would be lovely to have a gym to go to, play basketball, sports, things like that.
Yeah, and then there's a new mentor group that just came in that was at the last United Amigos meeting. I'm sure they would love a place because they are mentoring that age group. So that would be another group that we could reach out to partner with if that was an option for the community center.
I agree. I believe Hector, the last time he brought that up, right?
The mentor
Yes, the mentor.
program,
It-
Yeah.
Hector is,
I don't-
uh-huh,
come on.
yeah,
correct. He
Yeah.
said they were gonna-
It just takes time and coordination and you need someone who can actually take a hold of the reins and get it done. You know, because we can talk as much as we want to talk, but if there's no action, you know, we're,
Oh, I'll get it done.
I appreciate that. Because you had to do with the kids meeting at the park and going, or at the church and going across the road for the night soccer. Was that you, Junior?
No, no.
Okay. Yeah, because I got, Adrian.
Was that you, Adrian?
Oh, you're Adrian. Hi, hi. He's gonna bring his, mini soccer players to the senior center on the 20th of this month for a potluck, and they're gonna have a little tournament outside in our backyard from 2 to about 4.
On the 20th?
Yes,
On the 23rd?
Yes.
Put it on the
the,
calendar.
the 4th Saturday of the month.
You must be Sherry then.
Yes, I'm
Hi,
Sherry.
How are you?
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Adrian, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, everybody. I'm Adrian Mancinas. I have a club called Lobos FC and, started coaching about 3 years ago. After our, Cinco de Mayo event, I kind of thought, you know, we need a little bit more mentorship too, as you guys are kind of already talking about. We started out with about, man, it was roughly about 20 kids between 2 teams, 2 different age groups. And, we're up to, over 100 kids now in the club.
Yeah.
So it ranges from kids that are about 14 years old to kids that are about 4. And we have a total of 7 teams now.
Yeah.
And a total of 16 adult volunteers. That includes about 4 different women that are like heavily involved in soccer. And so they've been helping the kids out a lot and just trying to get all the parents all registered and everything like that. And we have pizza parties. We try to have, we had a pool party at the Foster Pool last year. We had a potluck for Father's Day at the Grandview Park. And then we just
Bring it
try
to Sunnyside.
yeah, we will. We definitely will. It's just, I live in Grandview actually, and it was kind of for my birthday, because my
Uh-huh.
birthday is on Father's Day.
Oh,
And
nice.
so it kind of just all worked out that we all met up there, because we have some members that are from Grandview. But, yeah, man, I would definitely, my goal is just to get more involved with Sunnyside, community, the kids, you know, because there's so much stuff that goes on here that's
Yeah.
just not real positive for the
Yeah.
kids. And we do have a lot of men that are really involved in soccer, that are, you know, we actually are starting a men's, team as well to help mentor all the kids, because, some of the dads, well, like the dads on the team, you know, are all dads of the kids on the club.
Yeah,
So it was really cool to see the kids, like see their dad wearing the same jersey,
yes,
and it lit them up, man. It was really cool to just like, they were just like, oh, I'm on my dad's team, you know,
Yeah.
and that's something that we really need in the community, just for the kids to feel like they're part of something. You know, and it's been really cool. I myself was, not really a big soccer player. I did, wrestling and I did football and stuff, but it just kind of fell on my lap and I just went with it. And the ladies, that are there have been really supportive.
that's
And
awesome.
they want their kids out of trouble, man, you know, really. And we take kids, excuse me, it's Lower Valley Soccer League.
Uh-huh.
And so I go to the meetings on Thursdays, every other Thursday, and I just take kids off the list that nobody picks up.
Oh,
So it's,
well, that's nice.
yeah, thank you. It's
Yeah,
really
that's
cool to
great.
see. And I
great.
mean, we haven't won many games, but they haven't
You
left.
gotta
you
start
know?
somewhere though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what? It's really cool to see the way they develop.
Yes,
Like, it's just kids that didn't really have experience at all, and at age 10, believe it or not, they're really old already. Compared to some of these kids that are coming in 5 years old, 4 years old, and they've been training since they were 5 and 4, and we're playing against those kids that are 10 now.
Yeah.
And so we got a little bit
Yeah.
still, you know. we
yeah,
got-
because I got my grandkids, when they did basketball off season, they would do soccer, right? To keep that running in there. And now I got great grandsons who are doing, they're really good into basketball. And I try to get their mom, they need to do soccer. And they're going like, I don't want to do soccer. That's a lot of running. I said, that's a lot of running in basketball too.
Yeah.
This way you keep going, you know?
Yeah.
You
And
know?
it really is, I mean, we're a nonprofit organization now, and we're down on the paperwork as a character building organization for the kids. And that's really something that I always stress with the parents, because it's super competitive, man. It's
Yes,
like
it is.
super competitive. So some of the parents, when they come in, and I tell them straight up, hey, man, don't do miracles, like you have to understand where your kid is as well. And you have to bond with your kid, because if you don't stress at home that he needs to come and like we
Participate.
say in Spanish, we say, échale ganas, like,
Yeah.
try hard, man. You're not just gonna go mess around if you're gonna want this. And, I've noticed, man, a lot of parents have come up to me and told me, man, my kid is so much different now.
Mhm.
Cleans up his room, he's always bragging about his grades. He's always trying to ask, hey, mom, you want me to do something, or what do I do, cause like, that's what we stress a lot,
Yeah.
and we make sure.
Well, like you and I talked earlier today, the kids need something to do.
Yeah.
If they're doing sports, they're not into gangs, they're not, doing things they shouldn't be doing. They keep their grades up because most parents say, well, you gotta have at least a C in order to play.
Yep.
And most sports are that way too. And so it helps them out overall, and I'm hoping that's what Parks and Rec Commission is here for, is to get like with Andrea and Junior and whoever else, and bring these things together and be a community and make it happen for the kids, because it really does need to come back into our
I'm
community.
looking forward to meeting you, man. I do, man. I am meeting us. I think that we can collaborate on some stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Really, I'm looking forward to meeting you
Awesome.
later. Yeah, yeah.
Forces unite.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, we're
And
doing
that's
that
what it's
for
all
a
about.
while, and it's really cool to see the involvement. As you guys know, this community is mostly Hispanic, and there's a certain, like a special bond with soccer.
Yeah.
The Mexicans, like, they just love it.
that's their football.
Like, they love it. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing better than soccer, and it's just really cool to see like the dads come out.
Yeah.
Because the little boys, they get inspired.
Yeah,
They
the
really
little
do.
boys and the little girls.
Yeah, they're like, hey, coach, can you put me in more? Like, cause my dad's here today.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, dude, like it's,
Yeah.
it's really
Makes me
humbling
wanna
to
go
to
play.
just see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
it's cute.
32-year-old.
Yeah. Might start a girl.
Volunteers, they do volunteers. There you go.
Coach Steph.
Yeah, yeah.
And it has become like a big mentorship program just because of the involvement of some of the guys that are in there. We have guys that are played at the semi-professional level.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, it's amazing what they're able to show the kids, and I wish I could pay them, because like I go 4 times a week, and there's guys that go just as much as I do, and they're just doing it for their kids, and it's not because their kids are good.
Yeah.
It's not because, oh my God, I'm gonna,
Mhm.
like, honestly, like I have about 5 guys that have played at the semi-professional level for the Yakima Reds and for just different semi-professional teams. And I hate to say it, but their kids are not that good,
No,
but they're still there for the other kids, and they know that certain other kids are really good.
Yeah. and that's what we need to bring back, and because, my husband and I, we have 7 kids, and they were in sports, from football to cheerleading to gosh only knows what. I mean, I was at that high school more than they were. But my husband volunteered, I volunteered, and that's what you need. You need the parents to be there. And when you do that, then the kids are happy, the parents are happy, and we become a big community, and we work together. So,
Well, I'm there, you guys, I mean, I'm on board with you guys, I'm myself, I don't have any kids, so, I kind of.
I can give you some if you want.
More
I have some I can rent out or
All right.
something.
To me, it's a lot more personal because I don't have kids of my own, and I see the stuff that goes on around here.
Yeah,
And I mean, my niece is on my team, and she's amazing. She's done so much better since I took over. And I mean, I'm sitting at home researching videos and just trying to become a better coach, and kind of fearing like, oh man, these people are gonna not want me because like they're so involved in soccer and I'm not.
yeah.
But it's the opposite, man. Like, there's so many people that have called me on the phone and say, hey, man, do it. Keep on doing
Yeah.
it, man. These kids.
You're doing a
love-
great job. Well,
Thank
all you guys, you guys are doing a great job bringing this, the kids together and the community together, and I applaud each and every one of you. I mean, it's a great thing.
Thank you. I look
Yeah,
forward
you
to
would, yeah.
continuing the soccer stuff too
Yeah.
with the kids. It's been really
Awesome.
fun, so let's continue that.
All right, so do we have any other?
Yeah.
Yes, Karen.
So really quick, I have a question. So I do know that you guys do like have a month, 2 month events, like kind of like a calendar, right? On what's going on throughout the month. I recall, I've been requesting it, but I know they were working on it. However, is there any way, or have you guys ever uploaded a month, a calendar month, like on the City of Sunnyside page or somewhere online where the residents can just open up and see what's going on, what days in the community center?
Not on the website.
Okay, so that's never been like something. So the only reason why I'm asking is because I've been talking to a lot of youth and families, and I told them, hey, have you ever been to the community center? Hey, have you ever been to the community center? I'm just trying to get some feedback, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of them say that no, a lot of them said no because they don't know what days are open, and I'm telling them they're open every day, right? But a lot of people don't know. And then I tell them, so why else haven't you gone? So, well, we don't know what activities they have, or we don't really know what they do or what's going on. And then one person mentioned to me and said, it would be good if they upload a month-to-month calendar where they're constantly updating their activities or things that they're doing. That way, if they're ever actually interested in coming, like maybe let's go next week because we don't have much to do. They could open up and see what activities are going on at different times. So that's just a recommendation, you know, something that was brought up to my attention.
Right.
That I'd like to share.
Okay, activities, we don't have any. It's
Okay.
just, they come in after school, we let them do basketball, they come in here if they wanna do foosball, hockey, ping pong.
Okay, so you guys
And
don't
we-
ever have like, maybe like,
We
this
haven't,
day we do arts and crafts, none of that?
we don't have none of that yet.
Have an idea, so like, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Dungeons and Dragons. Actually, a dungeon master for that, I played a group out of, Tri-Cities, and it's a storytelling game where you put a board out and, it's a 1x1 squares on it. And, you tell stories about what these little characters do, and there's certain rules that you go by and stuff like that, and it's really fun. Like, my nieces and nephews love it because you get to portray a character of your choosing, and if you guys have time later, you should do a little research on it. It's really, really fun, and the kids love it, man, and then they come back and they're like, hey, can we go and kill this dragon that we were about to go kill? And like, I want to use my powers that I got this last time. And then like, it's a game. It's like a video game, but like you sit around the table and the dungeon master describes the arena, if you will, or the environment. And you explain to them what's going on, and then they have to move their character across the board. And I mean, if that's something that you guys would like to do, I would definitely like to come and get some kids together to do that. It's super fun. It's really, really fun. Some of my nephews and nieces will even me, I dress up, I put on a wig, and I have a sword, and I have a medallion, and like, they are like in the, you know, we turn off the lights, and it's amazing. It's really, really
I've
fun.
seen that on the Big Bang Theory.
Yes, that's it, yeah, that's it, yeah, that's the one.
I love that show.
So, I'll definitely get my stuff together, and, we can kind of collaborate on that. I was thinking of that during the winter, just because, I mean, outside is kind of tough, you know, and.
Well, for the
it's-
activities here in the center, you would need to talk with Mary.
Okay,
And I am currently the chair, but this is my last day. Miss Amy Rubio is gonna be the new chair for the Parks and Rec Commission.
I remember.
So you'll need to be talking with her and stuff. But yeah, these are all great ideas, and I'm hoping that's what we're here for, is to bring ideas in, get them going.
Yeah,
You know, not just bring them in, but actually make them happen. So,
Also, if you need a building, utilize, I have a building. Yeah, like it's a pretty big area. It's got pool tables, it's got all kinds of games in there, it's got tables in there, it's got a big screen. If you need that, or you last a certain time, I have access to it pretty much 7 days. And so all you have to do is basically tell me your schedule, and I can go down there with you if I can, and then, or I can, talk to the pastor who allows us to use that building. Then we can set it up, or possibly give you a key, and then give you a code, where you know that anytime you do have that building.
that's amazing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's there for the kids, basically, so
Okay.
I've been basically filling up spots as much as I could. Kids, when we start on Saturday mornings, we're utilizing 3 hours, but there's still almost a full week of nothing going on.
Yeah.
And so.
Wednesday
that
you
space
do
is open
something.
for-
Yeah.
It involves kids or, you know,
Yeah.
that kind of
You
stuff.
have a car?
Yeah, I got a-
yes, you can go if you need to go for a run.
Let's bring some stuff here too, though.
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
All right.
Awesome, guys.
I'll see you guys
Oh, yeah, hey, next meeting is on the 11th,
on the
Here.
11th this month.
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
4 p.m.
Next month.
Next month, April.
Oh, next month.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so every first Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, except for next month.
Except for- oh, okay.
Because it's spring break.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Nice to meet everybody.
Yeah, same here, Andrew.
I look forward to.
Okay.
having you
Good
guys.
seeing
Bye.
you.
Okay.
See you. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Adrian, thank you.
All right.
I have one more question.
Sure.
So you said that open gym is only 18 and up.
18 and over.
What about the game room?
The game room here, they normally do open gym basketball. Cause that's all he has a key for, is the gym.
So the game room isn't really utilized?
Not during that time, cause he's over there, monitoring the guys over there.
Who's he?
His name is. Let's see, we've gone through 4 people. I think this one, Gustavo.
Okay, and he takes charge of watching them.
The basketball.
the basketball.
Mhm. And I think he plays with them too.
So that's like the only thing that they have.
So far,
access-
that's the only thing he has access to. Mhm. It's just like pickleball. Pickleball only has access to the gym to play pickleball or open gym, 18 and over.
And there's specific dates for that. though?
Yes. Mhm. And that's on our website.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I, just to finish off, so everyone else can speak, I would be willing to volunteer, so if you're gonna need help with anything, you have my number, I believe, if not, I can give it to you right now.
Okay,
And I'm more than willing to help with anything that I can help with.
we have Easter coming up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, the Betty.
They're
I'll be
they're
here.
gonna be here.
The Lions.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they're your second shift people.
They're my
I was
second shift.
gonna ask that. Do we, like, I'm just looking at the I'm on the line, on the website and looking at like volunteer and like how to become a volunteer. Like, if I wanna be a volunteer, do I have to also go through the process?
The
too?
background check.
Yes.
A background check and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, have y'all ever done, I know you're the chair, not the, like, even doing a campaign on like the process of becoming a volunteer? Like from beginning to end, that maybe we can also help with, the community members can help with, like distributing, and then, Adrian wants to be a volunteer, so I can make sure I follow through with him and make sure he's applying and he's talking to Mary and.
Yeah, he gave me a background check. He was one of my coaches for soccer.
Oh, okay, so he's already done,
already
but
done.
like, yeah, someone
Mhm.
who's like,
Yeah.
like is.
So when they
interested
come in, we normally give them the application and then we have them fill it out and normally they take it home. They don't bring it back,
Mhm,
so
yeah,
I can't push you to volunteer.
Yeah.
yeah, well,
That'd be-
but we can encourage and continue.
Yeah.
Like the momentum of like, then we
Yeah.
can like,
So we're
social
gonna
media
need,
is so big right now.
coaches for T-ball.
Yeah, oh.
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. I go, you don't wanna volunteer for that?
I've never played that.
I'm like, run that way.
Yeah.
The wrong way.
Breathe.
It's
It'll
easy.
work for the other team.
If I can do it, you can do it. All right. So do we have any other discussions? Cause it is 4:55,
Yeah.
4:56. Any other discussions?
No.
All right, I motion that we adjourn. It's 4:56. All those in favor?
Hi.
All those opposed? All right, and our next meeting is the second Thursday of April. So April 11th at 4 p.m. here at the center. And your new chair will be in charge. Congratulations, Miss Amy.
Amy, you got your